Namaskaram everyone, and I just want to say a big thank you before we go into the podcast, because in a world of 1 minute videos, you've taken the time out, your precious time out, to watch a podcast like 1.5 2 hours. Your love and support really means a lot to me. And in today's podcast, we have Narayanan, who's a volunteer at Isha Foundation, and the kind of experiences and value he adds to the podcast is so much that I'll have to do another podcast with him. And I hope you enjoyed this one. And if you want to support the channel, please do hit the subscribe button if you already haven't, because as the channel grows and grows, I am more capable of inviting guests who would be more willing to come on the podcast to share their experiences. As they can see, it is adding a lot of value to other people also. So please support by hitting the subscribe button, and let's go into the podcast. Namaskaram everyone, welcome back to the podcast. Today we have a dear guest with us. We have Narayanan Anna with us, who is a volunteer. Namaskaram Anna, and welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Anna. Namaskaram.
Yes. And I just want to say thank you for reaching out to me and being willing enough to give me to the podcast, because when Anna reached out to me, he said certain things, and hopefully we'll be able to address those things in this podcast. So before we get into the podcast, I would just like to, whoever is listening to the podcast for the first time, I just want to let them know that, the audio version will be available on Apple Podcast and Spotify. Also, I do timestamp the video so that it makes it easier for you to skip to the part which you find relatable. So take your time to go through the timestamps first before starting the podcast. And you can listen to whichever part you find. So with your permission, Anna, shall we go into the podcast?
Yeah, please, Anna, please.
So how are you doing today, Anna?
Very well, very well. In fact, feel more refreshed than ever, because I just got back from my postgraduate college 15 years reunion. So we always charged enough to see everyone after 15 years. Things have drastically changed, but it never felt like there has been a gap of 15 years. It just felt like we passed out yesterday and we are just meeting. So it was fun. It
was fun. Did you meet up with your old buddies?
Yes.
Awesome. So the idea with the podcast is to document a seeker's journey. Like one of the books that really touched me is Autobiography of a Yogi. In that, Yogananda Paramsa just documents his journey, the simple things he does in life, his childhood, the way he was with his parents, how he found his guru.
I think, Anna, that is one book. Anybody who has stepped into spiritual journey,
yes,
you ask them, it will not be that they have not heard about that book or they have not read it.
Yes, true, very true.
Yeah, it has been documented so well that everybody who takes a step, they at least want to know what is there in that book. That is the curiosity that has been built, because over the years, so many successful people across the globe always have referred to that book as an eye-opener for them.
True.
And also, what gives us a happiness that, a book written by a yogi from India who went to Western region to take yoga there, that brings back the world back to India, where it all started.
Definitely.
So it's a beautiful cyclical connection with India and its spiritual journey, So that's where that book leads to. So yes, definitely that book is really an inspiration.
Yes, definitely. Because for me personally, that's the first time I realized there is something known as seeking, and there is a genuine seeking. And if you are genuinely seeking, then definitely you will find your guru, and a beautiful journey with a lot of hardships, but definitely a beautiful journey will unfold for you. And when I personally did my program with Sadhguru, what I realized is there are so many beautiful souls in Isha who are living this genuine seeking life. So for me, in a very small and humble way, it is to document their journey, just like you and us, so that maybe someone sitting somewhere else in the world finds this podcast and listens to it and realizes, okay, there is something that even I can do one step at a time to start on the path. So now we would really love to know a lot about your childhood, how you grew up, where you're born, where you're from, what you used to do during your childhood. So wherever you would like to start, Anna, I told.
So Anna, basically I'm born and brought up from Bombay. So my father is from Thrissur. So he spent entire life of his yeah.
Malu power.
I know what that means. I know what that means. So yeah, he spent entire life in Thrissur until his graduation. And those days, this is 1970s, I think. Those days, this thing had started that if you want to follow your dreams or make it big, and soon enough, the only place to go is Bombay. This is not that, Bombay developed as a financial capital recently in the 90s. No, it's been there ever since the 1970s, 1960s era.
Okay.
Lot of people have always traveled to Bombay. Reason being that Bombay was and is known to be a place where you have people from across cultures. You have people who speak multiple dialects, and you have cross cultures also, which is existing. I think apart from in all the four metropolitan cities, if you compare, Bombay is one place where you will find people from each and every small town of the country. So everybody wanted to go there. Now, one city, it will have its own capacity, how much it can take people, how much it can allow people to reside. So there used to be always struggle to find a house to stay. So how it used to beautifully work, that one person from a village travels to Bombay, and if he has found success in 1 or 2 months, he will call few other people. He will tell them, you come and stay with me. We'll do something. That's how that city has become so big and enormous today that if you can reach out to anybody at any point of time, there will at least one person will come ahead and say, okay, I'll help.
Okay.
You will not get dejected there. But it is also a city of hardships. Nothing comes easy there. You have to slog, you have to do a lot of hard work before you get that one edge and a chance where, suddenly you will realize that, oh, this is what I was looking for and it's happening. So similarly, in my dad's case, his elder brother went first. He called my dad. My dad reached Bombay. And that's how the journey for him started. And I think from there, he has never looked back. So being born and brought up in Bombay, being a South Indian Iyer coming from a Thrissur family, we all used to reside only in a place called Matunga.
Matunga, okay.
Matunga is like known for Matunga and Chembur. These are two localities. You will find 99% South Indians.
Okay.
Yeah. It's populated, densely populated with South Indians. South Indians meaning only Tamil speaking and Malayalam speaking, Anna. Not
Okay.
Karnataka, not Andhra. Not that I want to go against them or something. No. But these are the only two languages people widely populated in Matunga and Chembur. So I was brought up in Matunga, and later on, since my mother was working in ordnance factory, so every few years there used to be a shift in location of her job.
What's the ordnance factory, Anna?
Ordnance factory is a place, Anna, where these bombs are made, no? Hand grenades.
Okay. Okay.
So the outer shell, which you remove before you throw the bomb, that outer shell used to be manufactured in ordnance factory.
Like for the military?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Anna. It's a defense segment.
Okay.
So there my mom used to work in auditing department. So
okay.
Yeah, even the outer shells of bullets, these are manufactured in ordnance factory. Yeah. So that's how we used to keep moving so that she becomes closer to her office and she doesn't have to travel more. Right. So I think entire education of mine is done in Bombay only.
I have seen my sister, my uncle went to, just like your father, my uncle also went to Bombay, and so I have seen something in my sister. She's very open culturally, because I don't know, as a young child, she's very open to new people. I was not like that. It's something that I notice of children grown up in Bombay. They are very open to new things. So I just want to know, what is it was it the same thing for you, or was it just?
Yes, Anna. Yes, Anna. What happens is, I'll tell you a beautiful story, okay? So it's not a story. It's actually a incident which takes place every day, every month throughout the year. And it's been happening for like 40, 50 years now.
Okay.
So I'm sure you know Bombay is totally connected with local trains and buses.
Yes, yes.
Autos, not many people afford autos because it's not, I'll not say it's expensive, but it's not cheap also.
They run
So
by the
local-
meter. They run by the meter, but
Oh!
nowhere in the India I've seen that.
Yeah. So local trains used to be the go-to place for each and every person to travel to their workplace or their colleges, or there are children who travel to schools also by local trains. It's that safe.
Right.
Okay, parents are very, very careful that, you know, if my child goes in local train, it's okay. They can travel among strangers. Nothing
Right.
goes wrong.
Right.
That's all. But at the same time, you should see how people get inside the trains and get out of the trains.
Right.
I'm telling you, one person has to experience it. And you know, when we go to schools and colleges, we come across benchmates. They become our first friends in school. Then through the benchmates, they may have some common friends. We go and meet them, and then that's how we make friends. In Bombay, you make more friends in local trains than anywhere else.
Is it? Okay.
Yes. And how it is if, for example, I'm traveling to VT, which is the last destination, CST, which we call today.
Right.
It is the last destination. My starting point is, say, for example, a place like Thane. And the train starts from Thane in the morning at 7 a.m. Now, like me, in that same train, in the same compartment, there would be hundreds of other passengers traveling. When for a 3 or 4 days, when you constantly look at the same face every day, you give a smile or a nod. Hello, how are you? That's where everything starts.
Okay.
Like in the ashram, everywhere we see, no, you look at a person, if they smile, you just bow down and say namaskar. Whether you know that person or not, it's a different thing. But you just bow down and say namaskar. That's how you nod and say hello. And that hello, I'm telling you, Anna, converts into a beautiful friendship and a relationship for lifetime. Because the next day, that same person looks forward to seeing you in that train at that point of time in the same compartment. Trust me, same compartment.
How do you manage to get the same compartment? Isn't that hard?
You make an effort. Because someone has smiled at you, you try to make an effort. Can I see that person today also in the same compartment? So you go and stand in the same place where that compartment stops. And you try to get in. If this thing continues for a week, then people will start coordinating over phone and say that I am 2 minutes late, please get a seat for me. I am coming. Then this goes into conversations. This happens every day. And slow and steady, the community is built there. Inside the train. So you know at this point, this day, this train, this time, these are the number of people who are traveling with me. And it happens every day. One day, one person is making, they'll immediately make a call and check, why aren't you there? Trust me, Anna, total strangers. But they make that effort to call and check with you, why aren't you there? Are you okay? Is everything fine?
Right.
So this is why, you know, like you said, this is why Bombay is open. You just talk to anyone and everyone, and people just open up. They don't even think for a minute that, you know, do I know this person? Why should I share all this? No, they'll just share. And from unknown place somewhere, you know, a help comes.
What do you think? What do you think makes it like that? What is that? There must be something underlying there. What is the
Because,
basis of
Anna,
that trust?
Yeah, because Anna, the thing is, like I said in the beginning, that city is a city of dreams for people to make it big. And each person over there knows that everybody has gone through that struggle there.
Right.
Nobody has got anything in that city like a silver spoon feeding, you know. Everybody has come there, struggled through their thick and thin, and then whatever they have achieved, he knows the other person has also gone through it. So there is an immediate correlation in terms of the struggle that they've gone through. So that connects them. And they know that, okay, after 10 years of struggle, I know certain things, I know certain people. A new person coming in, he may let not allow him to take that 10 years to find it, his way out. If I know, let me help. That's how they extend hands and keep helping people. That's why you go to Bombay, you will find everything. A person from UP is the same, a person from Punjab is the same, a person from Thiruvananthapuram is the same. They just connect. They will never say that, Arey, you are from, South India, what are you telling me? Why should I listen to you? No, they appreciate every culture. And then, and the Bombay is a place where people live in apartments, okay? There is no independent house concepts. It's only film actors from Bollywood who stay in independent houses. Rest all apartment culture. And there is also this culture called as chawl. Chawl meaning, a set of house which is like 400 by 400 square feet. One room which has the kitchen, which has the living room, which has the bedroom, which has the bathroom.
Okay.
Everything in that 400 square feet. If it doesn't have a bathroom, it will be a public toilet outside. And trust me, lakhs of people live inside this chawl community. Lakhs of people. They go through immense struggle because every third day there will be a water outage. No water.
Okay.
What to do? Try to walk nearby somewhere because they cannot afford ordering tankers for water and all. 2,000 rupees if they want to spend for that tanker, they have to work for 4 days. That's when they make that 2,000 rupees. So in spite of all this struggle, you will see that they will help each other in such a way that, they are living in lavish societies. And this aspect, this aspect actually breaks that thing in you that, money is not everything. If you have 1 rupee, and out of that 1 rupee, if you are able to spend that 50 paise without thinking that my 1 rupee gets down to 50 paise and you help to the second person, that makes a difference in a city like Bombay. Because people are like that. Vada pav is famous in Bombay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see that smile. So, if I'm eating, if I see, somebody is sitting outside a hotel, he doesn't have money, he is not able to eat. If I don't have money, I will not think twice before peeling that vada pav into half and giving him the half piece. This is how things were. I'm telling you where it all started. Today, everybody is turned into a materialistic devil, I'm telling you. I don't mind using this word devil. Materialistic devil. I don't mind stepping in on 10 people's head to, progress further. Because it's all about me. That's how it is. But Bombay was not like this. So, because of these attributes, people have that faith and connect with each other, whether they know them or not. You know this place called Dharavi? Have you heard of it?
Yes.
It is the largest slum in Asia. It's been existing there for the last 65 years plus.
Right.
And even today, even a government cannot demolish that place.
Right.
That is the unity between people inside that place. Now, Dharavi is like a chawl system. That is what I meant by chawl.
Okay.
So when you see from rooftop, you will see all asbestos roofs over all the houses. These are chawls. Right? Yeah, these are chawls. Right. So this is how dynamic that society is. So this is the reason why that connect and helping nature and everything comes.
So how was your experience of going through it and your school days and a bit about that, and what was your aspirations as a kid? Did that come into you that I want to make it big here, or was you just doing your own thing?
No. I never even understood this word of making it big.
Right.
I was all about allow me to play with my friends, that's enough.
Right.
Don't wake me up early in the morning at 5 o'clock and all to go to school. Because in Bombay, the schooling system is different. Your first lecture, even if you're at first standard, your first lecture starts at 8:30 a.m.
Okay.
So you have to get up at 6:30, start getting ready. The school bus will come. It will be a trauma for the parents to get their kids to school because you just don't want to get up. If you don't get sleep, you go to school and you sleep in the class. That's how. My childhood was all about only people and play. You don't give me food, it's fine.
Okay.
I can sustain without foods for days, even at that age. But it was about play. You allow me to play, otherwise I'll go mad.
What were your favorite games? Was it physical or mental game?
I don't know if you know this game. You know marbles?
Marbles I've seen. I've not played
Gotti.
it myself. Gotti.
That is the game to go to for children from Bombay.
Achha.
And since my mom was in defense, we used to get these quarters from office. She used to get these quarters. But I never preferred playing with the children in that apartment. Because everybody has my dad got me this yesterday, my dad got me this gift yesterday. I don't used to enjoy all that. I'll go and play with the local boys behind my building. Where we will roll in the mud. You go with the white dress, you come back with the black dress. This is how my childhood has been.
Can you explain me the rules of Gotti? Can you explain me the rules? I'm so sorry for interrupting. Can you explain me the rules of
Gotti? Is like it can be played with any number of people.
Okay.
2 people can also play. 20 people can also play.
Okay.
So the rule is that you draw a line first. Okay. And then you go 10 feet behind. You draw another line. And behind that line, all the players will stand. They will throw their marble. The main rule is you have to get your own marble. Okay.
Okay.
1 paisa. But that 1 paisa in 1980 used to be like 10 rupees.
Right.
So you have to get your own marble. That is the rule. Because marbles can get scratched, it can break, it can chip off. So that marble used to be a prized possession for us. So it used to come in various colors. Transparent colors used to be 1 paisa. The marble which has blue color inside is a special marble. It comes for 2 paisa.
Okay.
And then there used to be a milk marble, white in color.
Okay.
The guy who is getting this is an Ambani in the group.
Ambani, yeah.
Because 5 paisa. Small marble, 5 paisa.
Okay.
So you throw the marble and you see who is closest to the line on the other side. That person starts the game. So the whole idea of the game is there is a hole in the center. We dug a small hole which will fit 2 marbles inside, that size alone. And there used to be pointing system. So every odd point, like 10, 30, 40, 50, 70, the odd points have to be where you roll the marble into that hole from whichever position you are in. So you take a name and you throw it to the hole. If you make the hole, you get the next chance.
Okay.
And all the events have to be hitting the other person's marble and sending him away.
Okay.
So that he takes multiple chances. The idea is who finishes 100 points first. Whoever is last has to take something called as penalty.
Okay.
Now the penalty is he can go around the place wherever and throw his marble. But how to throw the marble is you jump 3 feet. You've seen these long jumps, no? They take their last 1, 2, 3 and then they jump. So like that, you take 3 long jumps and wherever you land the third jump, that's where you keep the marble.
Okay.
And everybody will try to come near you and the idea is to hit your marble to get you out again. So till the time everybody in the group misses, you have to keep running around.
Okay.
And Anna, the coordination in this game, I'm telling you, if you have taken a penalty, other 10 people will coordinate so well. They will say, you waste your chance, but send my marble closer to him so that I can go and out him.
Okay.
Oh, all this politics used to happen at that age. So if everybody loses without hitting my marble, my penalty is over. Then again the game restarts. And this will play for hours. Sun, rain, nothing makes a difference. Then I used to love cricket. I played cricket for my college and university. So cricket used to be the go-to game. You won't believe I was born fair. I'm like this today because of my
Is
games
it?
only. Always in the sun,
Okay.
soaking in the sun. I used to take sun bath every day.
That's also, I
But
was born fair. I only see this.
yeah. So my parents are like totally given up. Like this guy. Same thing, Anna. 6:30 in the morning, I'll go to the ground. We'll come back at 1 in the afternoon. That too, if somebody will ask, do you want to eat? I'll say, okay, I'll eat. I'll never go and say, give me food, I'm hungry. That food was never a priority.
Who was your favorite player?
Mine back then,
Hmm.
Kapil Dev.
Couple.
Because I used to be a fast bowler, so I used to like him a lot. Anna, if I tell this, will you believe that a child in third standard, 1980s, when World Cup used to happen, 1987 World Cup, it used to happen abroad, right? So the telecast used to happen in India at 3:30 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning. Me and my father will get up at 3:15 a.m., fresh up, sit in front of the TV and watch the first half of the match.
Okay.
And then he will go to office dropping me into the school.
Okay.
Test match, every ball we will sit and watch. This is how the passion for cricket was back then.
Right.
Now it is converted into 2020 where, 2 hours the game is over. We have sat like that for 5 days and watched a test match. Ball to ball. So cricket was the next go-to game. These two things have always been the favorite.
Awesome, Anna. So from Gotti playing...
Anna, what was your childhood games? What you used to play?
Actually, another thing was I wanted to play a lot of games, but in my home, there was a lot of focus on studying. So I was not able to give myself... But still, I used to go for table tennis coaching. So I used to play table tennis. And then just running around was my favorite game, police and thief. That was like the main game that we used to play. Yeah. But why I'm asking, why you might be wondering why I asked about Gotti, because I have grown up mostly in Qatar, but all our Indian games really intrigue me. I've never got a chance to play much of the Indian games, but they seem so much fun, and that's why I have seen like, how do you play it? It requires a lot of skill to hit a marble, because if I shoot a marble, it'll go somewhere. How are you able to hit another small marble with this?
Practice at home on the bed.
Right.
So you keep one marble at a distance. You start from nearby, then you slowly go to the distance, then you go the distance. I'll tell you, in our group, there used to be this guy who had a skill set, how we don't know, but up to 20 meters.
Okay.
He can aim directly on the marble.
Wow. 20 meters.
20 meters. He used to aim, Anna. I don't know how he got that skill.
If only he was found for Olympics shooting range, he would have.
You keep anything there, he will hit it.
He will hit it, huh?
Yeah. There used to be this bettings, Anna. Not for money. Not for money.
Chocolate.
But for small peppermints. You buy orange mithai.
Orange mithai.
You buy this 3 for me, I'll hit it. If I lose, I'll buy 2 for you. That guy used to collect chocolates throughout the day. Poor fellow died in an early age in childhood itself because of some illness. Because those days we never had multi-speciality hospitals, and parents also didn't have money to go to the hospitals and get their children treated. So he lost him somehow. But that is one memory which still stays with me. That what passion he had, and any house they will call him, he will just go and do work for them.
Oh,
yeah. Parents never educated him because they didn't have the money for the second child to be educated. First son somehow used to study, but second child they couldn't. So he used to roam around and do small work for everyone, get 1 chocolate or get 1 rupee. That's how he grew up. I think he was 12 or 13 when he expired. Poor fellow.
Do you remember that vividly or that?
Yeah. He'll never go off my memory. Because he's the one who taught me how to win.
Right.
Yeah, so that's how things have been.
So from there, Anna, what was the next step? College, or like how
Yeah,
did it go?
so schooling happened, college happened, then somehow after this graduation, I was very much fond, to into accounts and finance. So numbers used to always make me happy. So I thought, okay, my sir also, who taught us in third year BCom, he is like, you guys should do CA.
Hmm.
And those days we knew CA means, oh, white collar job, you are respected in the society.
Ah.
So I said, okay, I'll do. But you know what happens? My dad has struggled so much. So he was like, don't waste your time. 5-6 years you will not pass. Why do you want to go for that? Rather you do an MBA, get a job. At least you will start earning early in life. That will help you to, grow earlier, because he's seen all the things in the past.
Mhm.
But then being one only child, you always get that aspect of, going against. No, I want to do this.
Ah.
If there are two kids in the house, always one, they'll know, okay, one is listening, no other one, let he or she
Ah.
do whatever they want. But
Right,
if it's
right.
one, it always has to be in the line of
Yeah,
thought of their, that happened. I registered for CA, and as usual, what my dad predicted came out true.
Okay.
Yeah. 2.5 years, boom, gone, wasted. But at that point of time, I thought it's wasted. But then I started working with, ICICI Bank in sales, and used to run around the city throughout the day. Morning 5:30, my day starts. It will end at 12:30 in the night.
Oh,
Yeah, hardcore sales.
what were you
And
trying to
that
sell, Anna? The getting accounts,
we
new
used to
accounts.
we used to sell no. So we used to work in a trade and assets department. So
Okay.
whenever the current account team used to open current accounts, then you sell the asset related products to them, like a fixed deposit or a loan on their current account. All these things you sell.
Right.
So that's when my initial boss told me that, all these struggles you remember, these will always come handy somewhere in life. And that's when the idea of doing MBA came. So this is where my entry into Coimbatore happens now. In 2000, in 2000, in 2005.
Okay.
Yeah. So while working itself, I used to also try to remove time to study all the quantitative. You have to write all those aptitude tests, to get into MBA.
Right.
So CAT result came as expected. I was due to fail.
Okay.
It happened because maths was never my subject.
Okay.
I remember the days where my dad has sat with me to teach maths, and he's told my mom, take him away. I can't believe he is my son who doesn't know calculations. I'll forget my maths if I teach him.
But you said you like numbers. But how
I
this
like numbers.
contradiction?
Yeah, the passion came later.
Okay.
The failure of a certain aspect developed into a core strength.
Right.
So CAT gone, CET I attempted. That also I was short of 5 marks to get an admission into a college for MBA without paying capitation fees. So Bombay ruled out. No college was ready to take. And those days in early 2000s, people asking 10 lakhs, 11 lakhs is like a bomb. It's like 1 crore today. So I said, I don't want to pay so much and study. So that's when we heard about this college in Coimbatore called PSG. So PSG Tech, even today, is rated next to IIT in terms of engineering in Tamil Nadu.
Oh.
Yeah, they are very good. The professors, where they get from, the placements they get, everything is superb. They are the tough fighters for IIT. But nothing can beat an IIT. Okay. Out of all the struggles in life, why I'm saying this? Because the pride my father had working in IIT, he always used to think my son will study in IIT. I said, that was your expectation. If I didn't match, where am I wrong? Did you ask me before deciding that my son will study in IIT? So I never took science. So this is where the passion for numbers entered. So you don't take science. So next option is commerce. So accounts, everything come in. So somehow I got into PSG, and while studying in PSG is when I first time went to the ashram in 2006.
You went. How did you know there's an ashram, Anna? Like,
That's another story. Everything. Now, I was taken to the ashram by a friend from college who is today my wife.
oh, okay.
Yeah. So those days, she always used to, ask me, "Are you interested in this place?" And another thing is, I never realized this thing that it is so important to spend time alone with yourself. Nobody taught me that.
Right.
But throughout my childhood, there used to be this one day, which my mom even tells me today, that one day I will not go out to play.
Oh, okay.
It was natural, not going out to play. I'll sit in a room, not watch TV. I'll sit in a room, be within myself. I'll keep drawing something. Or I had this bad habit of trying to understand how something works. So I used to open up with a screwdriver everything in the house. That also has given a lot of troubles to my parents because I've destroyed all the electronic toys. Because those days, my mother used to have a friend who used to stay in Dubai. So she used to get those electronic guns, from Dubai. 100 rupees those days, 1980s. Right. So I will open that gun and try to find out how this sound is coming. Because you press a button, it makes sound. Why this sound is coming, how it's generated, there is no electricity. Then I understood the concept of battery. So like this, I used to spend one day within myself. Since that age of, 7, 8. And since I was the only child, every time there was an opportunity to sit with myself alone. Because both my parents were working. So when I used to come back from the school, I used to open the door and go inside the house alone. Take my food, which is made, eat, wash the utensils, pack my bags, go to tuition. Everything I've learned on my own, Anna. From 2nd standard, I've learned cooking.
Oh, is it?
Because of my mom, yes.
Right.
Fortunately, that helped me during COVID times when me and my wife were in different cities.
Right.
So all these things, from childhood, lot of things, knowingly or unknowingly, it has supported me all through life.
What is your dish that you make the best? I just want to know, since you said,
Sorry?
What is the dish that you make the best, that your wife look forwards to, that,
burnt garlic fried rice and Thai curry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, vegetarian version.
Okay.
Yeah, this is something which has, gone well with everyone. And irrespective of number of people, this is one dish that comes well. Even if it is 10 people, I can make that much quantity.
Recently, just day before yesterday, I had this burnt garlic. Right? I heard it for the first time in the menu. I had it. It's very nice. I thought burnt garlic, won't it taste bad? But it actually tastes very nice.
Yeah, because when you hear burnt, you feel that the food is burnt. Actually, it's not like that. You just take pieces of garlic, put it in ghee, and you roast it, and then lay it over the rice and mix it. That's all.
Oh, okay.
So that's how things have been. So coming back to what made me go to Isha.
Yeah.
So my wife I'll address as wife only because she's my wife today. So she comes and tells me that, there is this place in Coimbatore which like people go there and meditate and all. Would you like to come? I said, meditate, because I've been doing that unknowingly. I'll sit like this, close my eyes and sit for some time and open my eyes, and I used to feel refreshed. So I used to feel that, whenever you don't feel okay, you just take a corner, sit and close your eyes and come out, you're okay. So I said, okay, let's go. So the story behind why she wanted to go there was, the person who studied with her till 12th standard, he was initiated into Brahmacharya by Sadhguru.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was 19 years old. I'll not take the name, but he was initiated and he was coming out of silence, and that's when he messaged my wife and told, I've come out of silence, we can meet if you want to come. So this is the first time entry. no roads,
Ah,
and you will forever feel that the road is not ending by the time you reach the ashram.
right.
Because so much of muck, so much of muddy roads, bumps up and down, and you're riding a 800.
Maruti 800.
Yes.
Okay. Were there buses at that time to the ashram, or like it is
Sorry?
now? Were there
Sorry?
buses to the ashram or something at that time?
No. You have to reach there on your own.
Okay.
The closest stop where the bus will stop is after Perur temple. There is one more place. That's where the bus will stop. From there, you find your way inside.
Oh,
Tar roads and all were dreams during those days. So we have had the Maruti 800 getting stuck in mud during rains, getting outside in the plush mud. You push the car.
oh, is it?
All this we've done.
Okay.
And those days, Anna, parking used to be outside Sarpavasal. Today, where Mundram Pirai stands, that was a parking area.
Was there Sarpavasal then? The big snake was there?
Yes.
Then when you
So that used to be the parking place. So we enter and you will see only 10-15 people around. Today you see 10-15,000.
Yeah. It's
We
getting
used to
huge
see
now.
10-15 people around, and I used to imagine, wow, so much silence. This is heaven. But those days you used to feel, from the hurry-burry of the city life, suddenly you see number of people have reduced. You don't see a crowd. You don't see buses. You don't see pollution. So we went there, and that was the first time I got an opportunity to go to the Sangha area, which obviously today is restricted place. Those days, since it had not the ashram had not developed so much, and there was no so much of crowd coming in, there was easy access to a lot of places inside the ashram. Trust me. Okay. So we went, met him, and that was my first time experience of going to Dhyanalinga. Trust me, it blew me away. I felt as if there is some correlation, because of which I am standing there in front of that linga that time. I just kept watching it, and I didn't know what to do, why I am here. I just went inside, came out. But for the first time in my life, I have ever felt that this kind of space exists in this world. And those days, Anna, it used to be even more silent than how it is today. Even more silent. One brush of your, bottom of the feet on the floor, and it will echo as if someone has screamed. It used to be that silent. Then the second time, my cousin brother came down from Bombay, so we had an opportunity to take them there, because they have also not seen such a place. That was when first time I entered into the Theerthakund, not the Surya Kund, Theerthakund.
Theerthakund.
The one where the Mercury Linga is exposed, not covered with copper.
Oh, I have not seen it. So it's exposed for the ladies.
It's exposed, yes. It's not covered in copper.
Okay. Oh my God, I didn't know that. This is the first time.
Yeah. It's exposed. And those days, there used to be timings. So 11 to 11:45, gents go 15-minute break. 12 to 12:45, ladies will go 15-minute break. Again, gents against ladies, like that. Throughout the day, there used to be timings. And setting the foot first time inside that Theerthakund, I was like totally taken back, because it sent shivers down my spine, because that water was that cold.
Yeah.
Today, okay, chill waters are available. Back in 2007, it used to feel like you are in Kashmir snow. Body used to be like vibrating, like that shock. But still okay. And only one linga in Theerthakund. There is no three like Surya Kunds. There is only one linga. So you enter, and when I moved close to the linga, something felt like a very fast blow of air passing through me. It was a vibration from the linga. It just passed. And for a second, you feel a shake, and then you have forgotten it. Then you come out and we went to Dhyanalinga and all that. So this is how that entry into Isha happened. And back in 2000, yeah.
No, Devi was not. I just wonder, Devi was not there at that time, right?
Devi 2010, no.
10, okay.
So back in the days, so after I came back from the ashram visit, when I was in the hostel, those days we didn't have internet connection too much. You didn't have this habit of going online and searching. So in 2006, I never knew the place is called Isha Yoga Center.
Okay.
I never knew Sadhguru is there, and he's
you
the
didn't
one
know
who
about
found
Sadhguru?
No, I didn't know about Sadhguru. I never knew that he is the one who founded that place, and this place offers meditation, yoga classes. Trust me, I'm telling this today on the video. Had I known those days inner engineering was there, by now I would have been a brahmachari.
Okay.
My wife will whack me if she sees this. Trust me, I would have become a brahmachari, because that part of my life, the journey just resonated as a complete cycle. Just for one reason, that how can a human being find so much peace when nobody's around? We all have grown up like, you feel sad, you call up your friend and you speak and you flow out your emotions, you're fine.
Right.
But no, here it is different. You don't reach out to anyone. You just sit within yourself and you're fine. That's when it hit my mind that, childhood also I used to do this, and it used to feel good. But childhood, I never knew there is something called meditation. Now I know, but I still didn't know about the classes. Then, when I did my first class, it was 2017.
Oh, so much gap, huh?
11 years.
Okay.
It's an interesting...
what happened during those 11 years?
Nothing, Anna. You are busy running. You finished your post-graduation. Then, obviously, me and my wife were dating. So, since she comes from a Kerala family, they all didn't want to delay the marriage. They wanted her to get married, because already the information has gone in the family without me knowing that the boy has been chosen.
Okay.
So, I only get to know the date and I have to come and sit there. Everything is decided without me. My parents being involved in it. Because I was in a different city, I was working in Bombay. So I had come back to Bombay for work after my post-graduation. I'm working there, I get a call, congratulations, your marriage date is fixed. 6 months down the line is your marriage. I said, thank you for informing and not asking for once. 2017, what happened is, me and a couple of my friends, we were just taking a walk in the night. And that's when one of my friends just told, we were, fortunately, I don't know, was that time chosen? I don't know. Because Sadhguru always says, you don't choose the Guru. When you are ready, he appears. You are left with no choice at that point of time, only to choose whether you want to go in that path or no. Apart from that, you don't have the choice. So suddenly, fortunately, that night we were having discussions about spiritual talks. And today I realize, I will never forget that date. Today I realized that it was actually a Purnami night when we were sitting and talking about this. No, not knowing. And suddenly this friend of mine says, you know what? You should do inner engineering. I said, what is inner engineering? He is like, you again focus on the word inner engineering, which means you engineer yourself from inside. I said, that is fine, but what is it? You tell me what is it and why are you telling me? He's like, no, we have had this discussion and you've spoken about so many things which I know only after reading books. But you have spoken about these things which is not very common. I said, I know this because I have always been hearing very clearly to my grandparents. Grandparent rather, my mom's mom. I hardly got few years with her, but whatever time she used to talk about these temples, why you go to temples,
what
happens. Yeah. Why you go to temples? What happens in temples? Why mantras are chanted in a
What would she say? Would she explain it like very?
She'll not get into the details because as a child, you will always ask why. And they get irritated after some point of time. But there is this great deal of friendship between a grandparent and a grandchild. They will always... So she used to tell me, and my father also is highly, I'll say religious. I'll not say spiritual. He's highly religious. He is a very, very staunch devotee of Lord Ayyappa.
Oh, comes to
Yeah.
Shabarimala often, I'm thinking then.
He is a Guru Swami today. I have been to Sabarimala 14 times myself. Since childhood. Since second, third standard, we used to climb that mountain and go to Sabarimala. So he being a staunch devotee of Ayyappa, there has always been this thing of your association with God inside the house always. Without taking bath and going to the puja room, they will not allow me to step outside the house. No, you just go inside and come, apply vibhuti and then go. This is the common thing every day. Apply vibhuti and then go. Why are you ashamed of telling that you're a Brahmin? You apply vibhuti and go. That is our culture. This is what I've always learned from childhood. So this connect always has been there. So that's how these things, I could easily speak to people about these things. Because constantly someone is telling you, the validation also happens. Because multiple times it's spoken by different people in the same line. So that validation automatically happens that it's there. So this happened, then he explained me. Then he said, this is offered by Isha. I said, by that time I knew where Isha is.
Oh, you knew?
I knew by that time. But still, I have not watched a single video of Sadhguru till 2017.
Okay.
Not a single video. So he told, it's Isha. Then I asked, are you referring to the place in Coimbatore? He said, yes, how do you know? I said, I went there in 2006. He's like, Anna, you're a fool. What have you been doing for 11 years without doing the program then? I said, I never knew about it. What can I do?
Right.
So now that I know, you tell me what to do. And that's where this local center programs used to happen, 7 days. By that time, 13 days program had gone out. Initially, it was 13 days program where it used to begin with Shunya first and then Shambhavi. So by this time, it is gone. It is only 7 days program and Sunday whole day initiation. So at the same time, the same night, I come back home. Next day morning, we are sitting for a tea and my wife tells, we should go for this program called Inner Engineering.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And I am like, oh, this is too much now. Yesterday, this guy spoke to me about it. Now my wife is speaking to me about this. What is happening? I said, how do you know about this? No, I came across this thing. My boss told me about this.
Oh.
Okay. You see the connection, okay? Anna, I was taken aback when I knew the entire cycle, why it has come like this. So I said, okay, fine. Then I don't know. I think she told her boss. I said, okay, when is it? It's happening in April next month immediately. We should go together. I said, no together business here. It is a yoga class. You go separate. I'll go separate. There was a reason to it because, I always felt you go to this class, they'll give you something to do. Both of us get into that. The regular routine will break and we will face problems. So I said, you go. I'll go later. She went and came and I used to see her every day. She'll go inside the room and close the door. Which I never understood. Why are you closing the door? I have not kept the TV in high volume. I am not talking to you. No, you should not see me doing the practice.
Okay.
And I was like, whoa, I should not see you doing the practice means, what is this, some occult practice you are doing? I should not see. Because those are the people who always go away from the society.
Right.
A banyan tree in the night. Nobody should see. Yeah. So, no. Our teacher has told people who have not done this, they should not see you and try to do it because it can have negative impacts without learning. I said, I understand. Okay, fine. Religiously, 38 or 39 days I saw her. Regularly, she'll go both the times. Evening, I never used to know because I used to come home late from work. Morning, I used to see her. Religiously, she'll get up. And then one day I'm sitting in office. I'm just scrolling through something online. And there this link comes. Inner Engineering Retreat Coimbatore. I'm like, again, not understanding. Again, Inner Engineering is coming in front of my eyes. Let me see what it is this time. And I click the link. and it opens up opportunity for you to learn inner engineering in ashram. I was like, okay, now it should not stop here. This is something, this is happening that 3 times it has come to you. Now you should not stop. And I registered and I immediately messaged my wife, I'm going for this course. And she was all happy. Oh, very good. See, you will see a lot of changes in you. I said, I'm not going to see changes. I am curious to know what it is. Because so many people have spoken in that 1 month time to me about that I should do it, I should do it. I said, I'll go and come. So I came to the ashram and went to the program. Everything was fine. And initiation day hit me so hard. I have never in my life sat and cried like this. And I realized that I'm the only one sitting inside that hall and crying. Rest all have already gotten up and gone for lunch after initiation. And people are waiting for me to come. And I'm just not able to pick myself up and walk. I'm just sitting there. I just left it. I just went with the flow, came out of the program, came home, and my wife asked me, how was your experience? I didn't have words to share. I said, I don't know. So something happened, I don't know what. And I just left it. After 6 months, I think I reached out to my teacher again. And I asked, what is this volunteering? Because during my program, I've seen a group of people, always running around and helping you. They are there before you get up and they go to sleep after you're gone. So when do they sleep? How this much sleep is enough? What do they do? How come they are always looking bright faces by doing so much of work? So I spoke to a few of them. That's when they all told me, Anna, you should do BSP. BSP and all, I didn't know. Also, I said, okay. But what are you guys doing? And they said that our college vacations are going on. We came here to help. I said, college vacations are going on. I have always understood that vacation means you go to your native place and enjoy with family members. You left all that and coming here to help in a program. I said, are you guys crazy? I said, and one boy actually said, yes, Anna, my parents also think I'm crazy, but I'm okay with that. And that boy is 19 years old, who was in my program volunteering. And that shook me, that how can a person, go out of the way to do something. And that time they had told, Anna, you should volunteer. So this always stayed. And then I approached my teacher. She gave me the number of our sector coordinator. I called that Anna, and luckily he said, Anna, this coming Saturday we have a center meeting. Can you come? I said, wonderful, I'll come. So I went there, went for the meeting. That is the first time I'm hearing Brahmananda Swarupa chant. Because center meetings, they do Guru Puja and they sit for 10 minutes of chant. That's when after that the meeting starts. And I go for that meeting and everything discussed. I'm introduced. They get to know about me. And immediately after, I think next month there is a class. And they tell that Anna come for class setup and volunteering. So I went. And that's when I knew, it is the same thing which other volunteers did when I was doing the class. And the activity given to me on initiation day is Anna serving food. And I was scared. Because all through my life, like I said, I was never about, I was never inclined towards food too much. But if I have my plate, I will not allow anyone to touch anything from that. Okay. I'll say it is my dosa. It is my plate. You will get yours, you eat from that. Because I didn't like this concept of, you eat and again put hand in someone else's plate and eat. So I never used to share my food with anyone. I'll eat on my own. And that day, before eating, I had to serve. And my hands were like shivering. How am I going to do this? Because all this life, I am already known that this is my food. And here you have to serve food before you get your food. And I started serving and I'm crying. And Akka comes, Anna, you cannot cry when you are serving food to participant. I said, what am I supposed to do? It is not like a button I switched on here. Now you're crying because you're serving food. I am telling you, I have not done this in my entire life. That before someone eats, I don't eat. I have not done this. When the food is ready, I'll just take it in a plate and start eating without knowing whether others have eaten or no. This is the first time. What can I do? Then they understood, and that's how the volunteering journey started. I'm sorry, you asked me how I first came in contact with Isha, and I've gone somewhere else now.
No, beautiful, Anna. This is perfect. This is how it should go. So it's going.
So this is how volunteering started, and then then started doing lot of work for the center, because we used to sit and work how to do, and places like Bombay always have this problem of getting a hall for 7-day class, because it's expensive city, Anna.
Right.
And the center will always try to see that how minimalistically you can do things so that you can offer a lot to the participants.
Right.
So hall searching, everything we have done, shifting of materials during satsangs, monthly satsangs. Everybody's car. My car was branded as a transporting car. Me and one more Anna, 2 cars, transportation vehicle. There will be place for only one person to sit, because the entire car is filled with materials.
I can relate, because I do that over here too.
From yoga mats to amplifiers to speakers, and this is the time when my wife actually started noticing that when I'm going to work Monday to Friday and I come back home, I'm always exhausted. That too, that time of work has a time period attached to it. It is like you work from 9:30, 10 to night 11, and you're done with the work. But here volunteering, I go in the morning at 5, I come back home, again I go in the noon, I come back home, again I go in the evening, and I come back home, and I'm not exhausted. She started seeing it, that something is making a difference to her. And she took it very gently, and she never, till date, she has never spoken about this to me, okay? But I realized that this thing would have come in her mind. And she just allowed it to flow. She has never, till date, not a Saturday or a Sunday, I know, when she knows that there is a class and I have to go for volunteering, she will never make plans for the weekend. It's a blessing, Anna. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I have never seen a person like this in my life.
Right.
That who will let go that weekend because she knows he has to go for volunteering.
True.
In the mind somewhere it will be there. Okay, it would have been good had we visited somewhere. She'll go out and come if she wants to, or she'll stay inside the house till I come back. So this is how journey was there. Then 2019, I think, was the 25th year of Mahashivratri in ashram. So this is the first time I'm going to ashram for Shivratri.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anna, it's okay we go with the flow, right? There is...
Yes, go Anna. Just please go with the flow.
It's been a long time. You have not asked a question, but I'm just talking.
No, okay. Please do that.
So 2019 Shivratri, and somewhere in my mind it was clear that I want to attend this function. Why, I don't know. So by this time I was working in a different company, and since it's a multinational company, so you always have to take permission from US office for your leaves. You cannot just disappear. So I informed them I want to do this and that, and they never agreed. They said March, no, we'll see. This is only December, January now. We'll see when March comes. I said, no, you tell me now so that I can book my tickets. And they never told. So I think the best thing was for me, I thought, let's book it. We'll see what happens. I booked my tickets. I did not tell anyone in office I booked my tickets. I booked my tickets. And this day I still remember it was Standard Chartered Marathons last year. because 2019 after COVID, I think it became Tata Marathon. Standard Chartered lost the bid and Tata took it over. So this was Standard Chartered Marathon, and I was running for 10 kilometers marathon. So finished the marathon, and evening was Shivanga initiation.
Okay.
Yeah, morning finished the 10 kilometer marathon, and evening I go for Shivanga initiation, and I feel whatever happened after that, it is only because of Shivanga sadhana. It is only because of that. So during that 42 days, now my problem was that Shivanga, the sadhana the practices have to be done, yoga namaskar, either before sunrise or after sunset. Both were out of question for me, because before sunrise is when I reach home.
Okay.
Because my timings were from afternoon 1 o'clock to night 10 o'clock.
Okay.
UK timings. But that 10 o'clock never used to be 10 o'clock. By the time I used to come home, it used to be 12, 12:30, 1, like that. So the question of before sunrise is gone, because you come down and lie down. Twice I tried. Initial few days I tried. I used to, get up somehow in the morning at 5:30. Because those days 5:55 was the sunrise in Bombay.
Right.
Each location has a time difference of 1 minute before they see the sunrise. So 5:55 used to be Bombay timing. And I'm like 4.5 hours, 4 hours sleep only, tired. I used to get up, do yoga namaskar, do Shiva namaskar, everything. And I used to again go back to bed. And this something did not feel good for me. I was like, after doing the spiritual process, how can you go to bed? No, you should not do this. So I changed it. I decided, okay, before sunrise you have to do, no. And before midnight ends, that day doesn't end. So anyways, I'm leaving from office at after midnight only. So I saw that there is this time gap between 11 to 11:30 where nobody is there in the office. They go for night dinner.
Okay.
I used to tell that I'm going for dinner, but actually I never used to eat in office. I used to come back home and eat at 12:30. That is how my schedule has been. So I used to run. There is this regeneration room in every office in Bombay, where if you feel sick, you can go and lie down. I'll go to that room, close the door. I'll do Shiva Namaskar process there, everything. I'll come out, and luckily my boss used to say, okay, you leave. So I used to leave, and I used to park my car on the signal on the left side with parking lights on. I'll call my wife and say, I'm going to sit for Shambhavi now in the car. Don't call me for half an hour. So before 11:40, you have to finish. So 11:05, I'll start somehow, I'll finish, and then I'll go home and then eat my dinner. So this was the process for 42 days. It was intense. I don't know why. I have never been this intense like this. But yeah, always I knew only extremes. Either it's this extreme or that extreme. There is nothing in middle for me. I cannot be a balanced guy ever. So I used to come back home, eat and 42 days this happened. And the last process of Shivanga broke me. I don't want to speak about it because many people don't know. So you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, and I.
It totally ripped off my skin, feeling like this. Come to the ashram, and yatra starts. All charged up. Okay. Who knows what I have signed myself up for? Midnight, and we all decided we'll go in the midnight. The yatra was officially supposed to begin at 4 a.m. the next day morning. We, group of people, decided who came from Bombay from the same center that we'll start climbing at midnight. We had the permissions. Okay, whoever wants to go in the beginning, go. But it was not an official permission.
Okay.
But something changed. Someone got a communication from top that the climate is changing. It is going to be extremely hot. Asked people to start in the midnight. And officially it became a midnight. So we were happy. Okay, fine, we are climbing in the midnight. We reached Pundi, and there is a huge queue. Because that year they started, I think the forest officers started checking everyone's bag for plastics.
Okay.
This is where that started.
Okay.
Plastics, and they used to throw it away. Today they stick a sticker. 20 rupees you pay, you get a sticker, you stick it on your bottle, they keep it there. When you come back, you show them you pay the deposit and you show them the bottle with the sticker is there, you get the deposit back. That is how it is today. So we started 1 hour in the line. Finally at 12:45, I think, we started climbing. The first 10 steps, I sat down. Because I used to be heavy then, I am heavy today also. But those days I used to have lower back, lumbar L3 and L4 problem. Very bad. Backaches used to come. And with that backache, I am climbing. First 10 steps, I sat down. I said, what is this place? Why are the steps so big? The Anna who came with me is like, you be patient, no worries, let's go. We'll go slowly. There is no hurry. And who knew the slow? I'll tell you the time that I came back. Who knew slow means it will be this slow? So we started climbing, first hill over, and we see the time, 3 hours to finish the first hill. I'm like, is this only first hill right now? Yeah, there are 6 more, come. Oh, okay. And slowly we climb the second hill. We see people getting down, and curiosity was still there. I used to ask people, how is it? How is it? Hare, no, Anna, second hill beyond, we couldn't go. We are returning back. And I'm like, this guy looks only 30% of my body weight and he is returning back. How am I going to carry this body there? And that's when, Anna, this particular video of Sadhguru reminded me that, you place your heart, the body will travel. And that had already happened during that 42 days. The heart was already reached there. It's only that this physical body, you drag it. Second hill over, third hill we reach. That's when we see people are just sitting, a group of people sitting. And we were like, why are people waiting now without going forward? They said there is heavy wind blow between the third and fourth hill. People are finding it difficult to climb because the wind is against you. And it's dangerous because it's uphill. So if you lose your balance, you know how it is. So people were not, and heavy mist, and fog. Torchlight also you can only see down. Next step you can see, beyond that you cannot see. It was that pitch dark in the night. And there, I am finding it difficult to climb. I don't know if I'll make it. I am giving assurance to this group of people from Kerala. I'll take you.
Right.
And this Anna is like, Anna, you yourself are finding difficult. Why are you? I said, I can't see people like this. It's our duty. Let's take them with us. They should not sit. They should come. If they are facing fear, let's take that fear on us. We'll take them. And they started walking with us. Fourth hill, we reach, and people who started with us in the midnight are coming back from the seventh hill. At fourth hill, I see them coming back. Hare, Anna, you're still here. I said, be happy I am here. I would have long gone back. I am at least here.
Right, true.
And we decided to break at fourth hill. This was 7 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
It's cold, but it is sunny.
Yeah.
Wind breeze blowing like anything. And first time I ever felt that, you are at some other place. This is not a normal place. At fourth hill, you feel that because that wind is so pure, you wouldn't have, breath, that purity of air somewhere else, you feel that. So we sat, and the other Anna with me was taking a nap, letting me to decide what I want to do. And it stuck in my head that no, you come almost close to 60%. Going back doesn't make sense now. You've done this for 42 days, you realize what you have done. That efforts at least should realize into something, because it's a commitment now. I told Anna, let's go. Entire bottle of release spray, Anna, I have sprayed in my back because it was paining like hell. I'm telling you, paining like hell. I wore the belt also. I put the calf muscle belt, those wraps also, so that I'm okay to pull myself. We started walking. And beautiful thing what happened is, at the point of 7th hill, when you start walking upwards, there was this another Anna who had his knee surgery done few months back.
Oh.
Heavier than me, but he is dragging himself up. When I saw that, I started crying. I'm like, a person like this is dragging himself, and I'm still better. No surgery done, nothing. At least I should make an effort. And I took it upon me to help him to reach up. I told Anna, you move forward, we are behind you. Because we took the other path. There are two ways to climb 7th hill. We took the path of the sand, which was slippery.
Right.
But you still get a grip. If you put your feet inside, you get a grip little bit to push yourself up. Somehow made it to the 7th hill. Went to Sadhguru's spot. Sat. Unfortunately, it was crowded that day. Didn't get to sit inside that cave structure, but sat there only across the wheels. First time seeing clouds from up. Never have experienced this. Outside the plane, you can see clouds, but open air, you see clouds. Never seen this. Everything happened. We came down. We clocked the time. It was 20 hours, 35 minutes.
Okay.
Going up and coming down.
Right.
And that's when you start hearing from people that some Swamis go up and down and come back in 5 hours, 6 hours. They run and go. I said, what?
Yeah, about that.
I'm like, okay. I walked and scrawled. It's okay for me. Next incident, Anna. I take this incident very important because we all know the importance of culmination of Shivanga sadhana. You have to come to Dhyanalinga, go inside Dhyanalinga, come out, and then only you remove the black thread, right? That day when we reached down, it was 8:45 p.m.
Okay.
Yaksha program was just ending and Dhyanalinga is closed.
Closed, right.
And I am standing here. We enter the ashram and suddenly everyone is stopped at a certain point. Didn't know why all these things happen. Now you know, when you're stopped means Sadhguru is passing by.
Yes.
Those days you don't know. So I was like standing, okay, Dhyanalinga is closed. How do we culminate now? We have to wait till tomorrow morning. And next second, Sadhguru is in right front of you. I'm like, my culmination is done. I've seen Dhyanalinga, enough, done. And that's when this aspect of, when you are open, the Guru will do things unimaginable. When you have totally thrown yourself. That's where that concept of surrenderness, came in. That you surrender, you don't think about output at all. It's only input. You do whatever you do. He will do what he has to do after that. This first experience happened at that point of time. So this is how everything was. Then after Shivratri, went back to Bombay. And before I just started for this started for this journey of Mahashivratri, one day before, my colleague from US calls me and tells, there are talks that you may lose your job if you take this leave. I said, I'm not bothered. I don't know with what thought I made that statement. I told him I'm not bothered. I'll see after coming back. If this is what you people have to do, knowing that I'm going for what festival, if this is the decision has to be taken for my step that I'm taking, it's fine. We'll see how it goes. When I came back, people didn't speak anything. But A week later, slowly every day while going to office, this question started coming. Why are you going to work? Is this the only ultimate reason you are there? Is everything going to work only if you work? All these questions started coming. And I remember those days, my wife was traveling to Europe for work, and I couldn't sit and talk with her. This is the first time in my life I've written her a long email telling her about my experiences and why I want to get into this path as a full-time volunteer. And the only answer that comes is, go ahead, we'll see.
Mhm.
That's all.
Wow. Beautiful.
Never ever in my wildest dreams also I thought that confirmation will come in those 3 words. That's all. Nothing written, nothing spoken. The next day I dropped my resignation. I didn't even wait for a day. I dropped my resignation immediately. People in office thought this is some gimmick I'm playing because, no, if your promotion is delayed, then people will start thinking you got a different job. That's why you're going there because you got the jump and everything. But nobody is ready to believe for a second that I am quitting my job because I want to embark into spiritual path.
Hmm.
Because even today, it has not settled inside 100% of people that there is a life like this also. So after a lot of battle, they said they'll let me go in December only because December is the financial year end for American companies. I said, no, I can't wait till December. Before that, you allow me to go. Now, the question that Anna asked me, no, Anna, do your BSP. It happens after 2 years. Now, that time I am sitting and thinking what to do. And I decided, okay, BSP dates are there, 3rd September, I'll go. And during your notice period, you are not allowed to take leaves. I said, we'll see whatever happens. And I booked my tickets. I registered for BSP. I got a confirmation also without waiting list.
It's hard.
Got a confirmation. And trust me, Anna, the confirmation email comes for BSP. And my boss calls me and says that your exit month has been approved for August 31st.
Oh.
And I don't know how this thing happened. I was like, you were telling you will not allow me to go in December. You will allow me to go only in December, not in August. How come it's approved now? No, we don't know. We just discussed and we thought it's good to go with your flow because we see that much thing in you. We see you every day now and you are totally a changed person after you came back in March. So we see that you're genuinely actually in that you want to do what you have decided. So we think we should not hold you back. It's a great feeling for us to know also that amongst us someone has chosen this path. Wow. So no, you can go in August.
Wow, that's powerful. They also
and
realized.
I was like, then I started thinking, oh, BSP confirmation came, August confirmation came. I'm like, what is he doing with me? I don't understand. I'm like, fine, let him do whatever. That's all. That's what you've decided. Then everything went in a fast forward. BSP within a month, Shunya, within a month, Guru Puja, and the same year you attend pre-samyama meeting, everything, and you feel you are ready to attend samyama, and you get the confirmation also that you've been selected for samyama. All happy. Who knew that time that this happiness is going to last only for a while? By the time February came, my back pain started so severely. I used to sit peacefully in Ardha Siddhasana for 2.5 3 hours at a stretch, Anna, without moving.
Oh.
And here I am not able to sit for 2 minutes.
Right.
And I had to withdraw my application from Samyama.
Oh.
Till date, it has not happened. Twice I have withdrawn now.
Right.
When the date comes, something happens. Right. I am not able to go.
Right.
I have left it to him now. Whenever he wants, he'll. Because the other things, maybe I think we'll have to do another video. That time I will talk about If you want to do another video.
Definitely, Anna. Of course,
Yeah,
please.
because it's 1.5 hours now. So,
No, we can continue, Anna. I'm good to go. You don't need to stop. We can go.
So these things have been going around. So this is how things have been in circle. And when I see that day and when I see today, I think I don't have even a 0.1% of regret that things have not happened. I am in fact happy every time that something doesn't happen, because that aspect of something not happening has always kept me alive and with total consciousness that I'm open to understand when some opportunity comes. Not that I'm looking forward for it. If something comes, I at least know, oh, there is this thing opening. And he has opened doors beautifully. Every time I'm stuck, then I realize, okay, it is not supposed to happen now. It is due for some other time. But the next moment, some other thing opens up. And it's been always moving forward only. There is no looking back. Life has always been on a forward trajectory. There are health issues, everything, but nothing has been stopping. I think this is the greatness of what we talk as Guru Shishya Parampara, We always talk about it. This is the greatness and profoundness of that bonding and relationship with your Guru. You allow him, when you hand over yourself to him, and you allow him to do whatever he wants with you, that time you don't know the results. So there is no expectation. You just picked up yourself and put yourself in his lap. After that, what he does, if you accept and move forward, I'm telling you, beyond this, you don't want anything. You don't want anything. It breaks everything in your mind which you had, which you thought that, oh, it will be good if you have this. It breaks everything. It basically makes you a good human being. As simple as that, in few words, if I have to say. So this is how it's been.
I think I always wanted to do this, Anna. Like I listened to a lot of this podcast called Beerbiceps. So when some
that guy is something else. Trust me.
Yes.
And in the last few months, if you've seen the kind of content he is bringing,
beautiful.
I'll tell you, Anna, there are a couple of interesting contents which I have seen. There is one with this tantric
Rajashree Nandi, I think.
Rajashree Nandi. Oh, that episode, Anna. Those 3 episodes. If you really understand what he speaks, then those are the big guides for everybody who has to embark into something in the spiritual world. And this episode with Robert Svoboda also.
Robert Svoboda, yes.
Oh, you read that book, Agora?
Yes. Agora 1 and 2. I haven't read the third one. 1, 2 I have read. Third I haven't read.
Interesting. What that man has gone through, interesting. I think it's beyond guts, Anna, to survive being with the Aghori master.
Yes.
It's not easy. Their path is different. You get scared, pack your bags and run away to the next part of the world if you even for one moment see what kind of sadhana they do. Because for them, everything is same. There is no sad and happiness. It's one plane. There is no good and bad. There is no ugly and beautiful for them. If I may use this word here in the context, for them, eating shit and eating prasadam is one and the same. And Anna, it takes lot of courage to reach that level. if we go somewhere and we get a stench, we
Huh.
close our nose. There are some people who even end up puking because they can't stand it. Imagine, I'm telling you what we spoke now. If this is a part of the video, there will be 70% of the people, by just listening this part, they will vomit. When I say that shit and prasadam is same for them, they can't even imagine that how can someone be like that. We have had examples. Morarji Desai survived at the age of 95 because he used to drink his own urine every day in the morning. So, Anna, this breaking of shackles and breaking of taboo, no, it's very necessary, not in a society, first as you as a human. As an individual, if you can break that and come out, no, and if others see that it's possible, that's when the society will improve. You cannot jump and become a person that I am going to make change in the society. First, change yourself, no? You will run around saying changing the society, you come back home and you do everything which you tell the society not to do. How will it make a difference? Anna, I'm honestly telling you, I am today, when I'm speaking with you, I am being open as myself.
Right.
What I have seen, what I have experienced. What others experience, it's a different thing. But then, based on this video, people should not prejudge and make a mentality that this is how things are. This everybody should understand. If you sit for any yoga program, forget yoga program. You go to watch an IPL match in a stadium. 80,000 people are sitting there. But 80,000 people will be enjoying that game in 80,000 different ways. If someone has the capacity to interview 80,000 people, they will get 80,000 different answers for the same game. How is that possible? That's what describes about individual experience. It is always about you. It is not about the other person sitting next to you or other person next to you. If you can make yourself in such a way that you are like a flowing water, you are placed anywhere in any situation, still you will go the way you have to go. That makes a lot of difference. I think that is the ultimate achievement for any human being. This path of mukti, liberation, these are different. To reach there itself, it will take lifetimes. Because are you willing to leave everything in this lifetime and dedicate yourself only to human work? Not possible. Tomorrow morning you get up, if there is no hot water, you will not bathe. You'll say, "Arey, it's so cold, hot water is not there." But do you complain when you come inside the ashram? No. That time you remember, no, inner engineering, all rules, my rules. So why can't you remember that when you're outside also? Those 5 things you're taught during inner engineering, it has so much of relevance in our normal life. So much of relevance. But then it makes a larger impact when you are not surrounded by things which help you go into the process, when you are out in the society. That is why there is great, huge respect given to all the Sadhanapada participants. From bottom of my heart, I'm telling, leaving everything for 7 months, coming inside and then going back into the society, working and then applying what they learned there, that is going to make a difference in the world. You spend your lifetime inside, but you don't go and apply that to others outside and you don't allow people to grow, it is going to make a difference to you. That also is doubtful. What difference it will make to the society? Allowing yourself to blossom in a place where you don't have surroundings which support your sadhana and spiritual growth, if you blossom in that environment, that will create an impact. And that is needed. And that is why I see the need of Sadhanapada. You need people like this who can go out, be in the society, be amongst people, because they are live examples who showcase that you can manage both sides of it. To be a person on a spiritual path, you don't need to wear dhoti and kurta every day. If you're wearing dhoti and kurta every day and you do everything nonsense on the other side of it, how is it going to make a difference? It will not. Then it's like you are only satisfying yourself. It's not for the larger purpose. Doesn't work.
Beautiful, Anna. So, like I was saying before, I watch a lot of the Beerbiceps podcast, and I'm glad to say that I will definitely want to make one more podcast with you, because there's a lot more I feel like you have to offer to me. I won't say others. I don't know about others who listen, but definitely to me, because this was so much for me also listening to this. I know way to understand my journey, and it's always a privilege to listen to someone who is doing so much for Sadhguru's vision. It allows me to see what is it that I can do a little bit more, or what is it that I need to look within myself to deepen my experience of the process. So where can the audience reach out to you, Anna, which would be the best place for the audience to reach out?
I mean, my Instagram handle you have displayed. They can feel free to reach out to me there. They can feel free to reach out to me on Facebook. It's Narayanan Haridas.
Yeah.
They can feel free to reach out to me. And people do, Anna. I think we can spend half an hour more now today.
We can spend half an hour more, then let's go. I thought you had something, that's why I ended it. So we'll
I was thinking I should not take up your time also.
No. I thought maybe you have some work in the ashram, so you need to go early. That's why I was like, I thought we'll.
No, I'm stepping out for some other work. I'm going to watch Fast X.
Oh, everyone is watching. I also need to watch. It's like, I'm the only person not watching.
No. I love fast cars. I love fast. I drive car. I'm a biker myself.
Okay.
I always put people in an uncomfortable situation when I'm driving.
Can I keep this in the podcast, or do I need to edit this?
No, you can keep. Okay. This part everyone knows, so it's okay.
Okay, audience, I'm sorry, we are coming back to the podcast, second podcast later. So yes, Anna, please from there.
So I don't know. I missed what were we talking about. Sorry.
We were talking about Sadhana Pada and the impacts that it's what they're doing.
Yes. Okay. So what I was trying to tell Anna that now when this whole thing has opened up, where social media has become today not a place only to. There are multiple sides of social media. You can criticize someone. You can talk good things. You can put yourself up, your life onto the world, telling that what you do, which has become a great fascination today. I think most of the social life bloggers are only capturing what they do in an entire day. And I enjoy watching you eating. Seriously, I'm telling you. Especially the podcast where you're shown your dad making certain things. I sit and enjoy, because I eat. I like to eat. I'm a foodie. I like to try and taste different foods. So there is multiple faces of social media. Now today, how social media can make an impact for spiritual seeking is that, like I told, everybody has their own individual experience. Across the globe, if you see, at least 65% of the people are somewhere connected to some spiritual institution in some way or the other, and they are doing whatever they can do. I'm not seeing 65% or 100% full time, But somewhere, whatever little bits and pieces they can do, they are doing. Now, what happens is when all these people get socially connected, the reach is far more bigger. And today, sitting in a room, a person can come to know that there is something available to assist him or her for the kind of problem they are going through. This is where the reach of social media comes into picture. Now, we can't directly go and meet someone or talk to someone, but when those people come on social media, they share certain things to you. You at least get that minimum faith that if it has impacted one individual who is speaking, definitely at least some percentage of impact I will also receive. And that becomes the starting point for anyone. Earlier, when social media was not there, people used to get scared to speak. But today in social media, you don't have to get scared to speak, because you don't have to speak. When you watch certain videos, the answers to your problem somewhere you find. So that aspect of the fear of, being judged or everything is gone today. You just watch one video, you will listen to something, you will feel, oh, I am also in this problem. No, why can't I try this? You try to do, and if it works for you, the job is done. Without notifying anyone, the work is done. And the biggest problem in today's era is mental illness. There are so many cases where society today has decided that they don't want to support. It is not a prejudged notion. It is out of what I'm seeing. Society has decided they don't want to support. Why? Nobody knows. Otherwise, you wouldn't see so many cases of suicides due to mental illness.
Right.
I mean, why is it looked as a taboo? It's not that touching a person with mental illness, you will also get mental illness. Then why are you scared to help? The reason for the cultivation of mental illness in an individual itself is because they couldn't find the right person to whom they could talk without fear of being judged. If that openness was there, that anybody can approach you, anybody can reach you, these problems would have not existed, no?
True.
Within yourself, you sit, you don't get a problem. What you do next? You attempt for suicide. If you're gone, fine. If you're not gone, your life has become even a bigger miserable place to stay. Because now people will again start judging you. You're a coward, you gave up your life. People should understand, I'm not supporting suicides, but let me tell you, taking your life away is not a matter of cowardness. You need to have courage to take your own life. Not that I'm supporting it. But no, that person is not coward. That is the last resort he took because you are not there to support him. The blame has to be to the parents. The blame has to be to the brother and sister who were there existing, whom he couldn't reach out to.
Right.
So don't blame the person who committed suicide. Blame yourself that you couldn't be of any help to them. If this one aspect settles in, no, suicides will come down. And that's why making yourself in a way where you can be of help to others is most important. And that is what all the spiritual institutions are trying to do. But what do they get in return? I don't even feel like talking about it. What people get in return for giving themselves to the society. Why? Because society still not accepted the fact that if they feel if you're spiritual, you can't own a phone, you can't travel by car, you can't wear a Reebok shoe, you can't wear a Levi jeans. I mean, has anybody prescribed if you're spiritual means you should wear a tone dhoti, you should wear a tone banyan, your hair should be scattered, you should not look presentable? No. Spirituality is an aspect of how you be, how you work, conduct your day-to-day activities. It is not about how you present yourself. Then why people have to talk about it? They talk about it only because the fear that if 100 people become spiritual, the remaining people cannot do their task properly. They cannot brainwash people into following a religion or following some caste system. They can't do that. That is why the fear. It is not that they want to judge and talk about spiritual institutions and file cases saying that they have done something wrong. No, they know they are doing right, and that will affect these people's priorities. That's why these problems happen. But it's not going to be long lived. It's not sustainable. How much time can you cry this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong? One point of time when people start realizing themselves that all these years like fools we followed what you said, but actually the matter of fact is something else. That time you will not have anybody to follow you. So it's not going to be long lived. We are, I think, progressing. Anyways, like the 4 time periods I said, Yuga has to go through whatever is happening. We are yet to see the worst. But what we are seeing itself today, scares us. The worst is even more. If we are alive to see that, I think seeing that only we will die. But this is how it is. See, this aspect of seeing someone and aspiring to reach where that person is, that itself is a very, very wrong notion. You cannot become like someone else. You are what you are. You can make yourself better. You cannot become like someone. Seeing your neighbor owning a high-class car, spending like anything, if you try to do that, within 1 month you will become bankrupt and you will come in the road.
True.
That 1 month you will be happy. After that, what? So it is necessary to know the background of the person you are following also. How is he able to maintain it? Do you know? Whether he had his ancestral property. You don't know all this. Blindly you have to follow. Because Valentino Rossi rides a bike at full speed, you will see kids today in the road riding the bike in full speed. What they do, get involved in an accident. If you lose your life, fine. If you don't lose your life and you lose a limb and paralyzed forever, gone. You're not only a burden to yourself, you're a burden to your parents also. Where they look forward to you as a son, you will grow old, you will become little successful and take care of them, which is again a wrong notion. Why expect for anything from anyone in the first case is what I'm asking. Valentino Rossi rides that bike in a race circuit because he's trained for that. If he meets with an accident, he is with all the gears he is wearing. At least do that basic minimum. People don't even wear a helmet on the road. Expecting them to wear the gear is a different thing. You have money, you spend your father's money, 3 lakh rupees on a bike. You can't buy a gear worth 30,000 watt. But no, you will look cool, no, in front of your college friends with a bike without gears. Hey, I can do a wheelie. If you fall down, you will become a matter of joke in front of your friends. That you don't understand. So, these followings, these things have to change. The kids need to understand that sorry, there is a responsibility also attached with whatever you do. If you follow someone, a great figure, and if you achieve something and you tell the nation that you achieved this because of the great figure you followed, that great figure will also feel happy.
True.
Rather than a parent coming out on social media and ranting that my son lost his life because he followed a Valentino Rossi, he is not going to be a happy person. He'll think that I have made myself as a wrong example for people. They are following me and they are losing their life. This is not why I started racing. So these things, it comes through a thought process, how individual thinks, how parents have to think. You can't pressurize your kids for everything. That's where the blackmail game starts. I call it a blackmail game. The child will come and ask, I want a cycle, BSA cycle, 30,000 rupees. Okay, you score good marks in 10th, I'll get it to you. The blackmail has started there. The child feels that, okay, if he fulfills every wish of his parent, the parent will also fulfill every wish of the child. Securing 70%, you want your child to secure 70%, make the child understand why you are asking that child to secure 70%. Because the education system has become competitive, you will not find a good college to study. If you don't find a good college to study, tomorrow you pass out, you will find it difficult to get a good job. Why you need a good job? Because you need to become self-sustainable. All these things, if you explain, then there is a reason to ask your child to secure a good percentage. But to flash the certificate of your child in the society to show my child has secured first rank in school, who cares? Have you thought whether the child cares for taking that first rank? No. You put that child through multiple classes, 7 classes, that child will go for 7 different subjects. 24 hours that child is in a situation where he or she cannot express to their parents that, look, I am in severe pressure, I cannot handle this. What happens before the 10th result comes? The child has committed suicide. See what happened. It's okay if the child secured 50%, fine. What will happen? 10 people will not talk to you in the society. That 10 people become important to you, or the child become important to you. Which means for what others will judge you, you are ready to sacrifice your own people in your family. I don't understand what kind of living is this. And if you tell, people will think it's an argument. No, why it's an argument? Living your dream which you cannot achieve when you were a child, expecting and living that dream out of your child is the biggest wrongdoing in the society right now. It's the worst thing rather. Then what happens? Your child is not performing well, you take them to counselors. That is how this profession of counseling came into picture. Parents are self-counselors at home. You have self-counselors at home. Why you want to spend money and go to a counselor and sit? He will confuse you even more rather than giving you a solution. The person sitting as a patient there for counseling, he'll think, I think my parents were better. This is even worse. Then starts the counseling of parents also. Adding fuel to the fire. The entire family is in this confusion dilemma, and everybody decides, do whatever you want. This you could have decided before going there, no? Why after spending lakhs of rupees in counseling, you're deciding that finally let's do what each of us wants? See, competition has to be there. Agreed. Competition has to be there because you need to bring out the better product in the market. But you don't treat human beings as better products. If there is no human existing to use the products, what is the point in bringing better products into the market? And that is where we all are heading to. We are better, I think. You go to far other distant countries, it's even more worse. Globally, if this problem is not resolved, I don't know what is the point in doing anything. Now, what happens is, this discussion we are having, 95% of the people will think, here is a discussion. Don't mind me saying this, I am saying this openly, Anna.
Yes,
Here
yes, please, Anna. Please,
Here is a discussion between two losers who are discussing that they couldn't achieve anything and they are just discussing at a table with having tea. That's all. This is what 95% of the people will think. They don't have the guts to accept the hard truth. If you can't become a better human being, there is no point in your birth. Simple, period. You're not born here to become a CEO. You're not born here to have a luxurious life. No, you are born here so that you can help other individuals also. There are so many people, Anna, today I'm telling you, who don't have the basic reach out also. But if you speak to them, they at least get that trust. Oh, this is how we can do things. These things are available. Okay, let's do. All that requires is you bring a smile to one extra person around you. He will bring that smile. It will continue. Need of the hour. Anna, can we stop today?
beautiful, Anna. Yes, yes. Now Anna has to go to watch Fast X. And we can take a message from Vin Diesel also. You never turn your back on family. Isn't that the gist of the podcast, Anna? The whole world is our family. We don't turn our back on.
Yeah, exactly.
So before anything, a few words before our next podcast, anything that you would like to leave the audience with before we take the next podcast?
Anna, I feel expecting sympathy from others, no? It's the biggest failure you're ever going to result into. You will not get sympathy from people if you ask for it. You're making yourself incapable by expecting sympathy. I think we all should learn from that. The child, who takes the first step of walking. So many times he or she falls. The mother may be there in the kitchen doing something, but she not realize how many times that child has fallen before taking that first step. We record the first step. Have we recorded how many times the child has fallen before taking that first step?
No.
It starts right from our childhood, right? We have learned that way. So I think it's necessary that you don't expect sympathy from people. But at the same time, seeing someone in pain and if you don't go to help them, worst way of living. I think this video is going to bring a lot of negative reactions, Anna.
Definitely no, Anna. It is going to I personally think it's going to make people think.
No, I'm really telling you, if you still feel, go through the entire video once if you have time and edit it the way you want.
No. I'll only edit a few parts which, we feel like you can't put it there. But I think, see, Anna, like one of the things that you came to podcast is you said, no, during we come to the ashram, we are volunteering, it's gone. But outside in the world, it's a different ball game itself to keep up the practices, to interact with people. It's a different ball game. So, and sometimes I make podcasts with meditators. For me personally, it is very hard here, but listening to the podcast, making these episodes is, yes, I'm on the right path. I need that constant reminder, and I see my audience, a lot of them also need that constant reminder to make them understand, yes, this is a path. It's not easy, but it is what I am here for. I found a guru. I need to make it through no matter what. So it might be just a 1 minute he heard of the podcast from there, or the full 2 hours of the recording. We really don't know what it keeps that flame on within that person.
But Anna, what you are doing is absolutely wonderful. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, so many people today, will accept this, that out of so many people you have brought into this podcast, because making a podcast, it seems very easy. You bring someone onto the video, you get the video done, you release it on YouTube. But the work that goes behind the setting up of the podcast, speaking to the person before, how you want to take it, making the edits, releasing it to the audience, an audience going through it. And if this is becoming a piece of help, I'm telling, this is the most beautiful thing. That's what I'm telling. Social media can come in two ways. It can become a platform for you to criticize, do wrong things to the people. It can also become a platform where you let people know things are available. It is not that you are only there in problem. Everybody, Anna, who is born will have problems. You cannot have a smooth life. There are people who are open about talking about their problems. There are some other people who wear a mask in front of them. When they are around people, they'll show that everything is okay. When they go back home, they'll sit and cry alone. I mean, there is no harm in reaching out to anyone. It's just why you have that fear, that knowing that someone will say something because you're sitting lonely and crying. You have a problem. And rather than looking at a problem, look at everything as a situation. When you term it as a problem only, it's not working out. Term it as a situation. And we come across thousands of situations in 24 hours. Don't we cross through it? So this will also pass. But making it a part of your life, or making that situation a life, that is going to not work. Because if at this small hurdle itself you fall, there are so many things to come. 50, 60 and all, you will be like this. You can't even lift yourself up. What will you do then? It's funny actually, seriously. And it's not that people don't know this, people don't understand. They do. The hard part is knowing it, still going with it like chalta hai. This is how it is. It has to change from this is how it is to this is how it can be. That's where the difference comes.
Awesome, Anna. So thank you so much for spending your valuable time, and especially for reaching out to me, even though initially I did not respond. I'm so sorry I couldn't, but we could finally make this happen. And we should start the next podcast with a review of the Fast X movie, I'm thinking, after watching. You should tell us.
Oh, there are going to be 2 parts to it. I don't know.
Fast X never seems to end. It's like, this one is like Fast X beginning to the end, right? So I'm like, that is...
Yeah.
Okay. It's like a spiritual journey in itself, I think, that movie. So...
I mean, it's okay. Once in a while, I like to watch movies, seriously.
I also love to watch.
Any kind of content you bring, I'll sit and watch. It's okay.
Now, thank you so much, Anna.
Thank you so much to you, Anna. Thank you so much.
Namaskaram.
Namaskaram.